G'day, my name's Sue White and the unit coordinator for our family history course, Diane Snowden, has asked me to talk about using a blog to present your family history research. So first, a little about me. I've been researching my family history for nearly 40 years. Mainly it was names, dates and places. We'd have family reunions and I'd write in longhand my family tree on huge rolls of newsprint paper, and then we'd display them up in the hall at Evandale. But now I've caught up with technology and I have a database on my home computer using the software program called the Master Genealogist. There's over 8,000 names on the database. But having started this course, I've realised that I'm not really talking about all my relatives. I now need to start telling their stories, but how do I do that? I started with a website, but this was very static. The guest book that I had was broken, so people couldn't leave any comments. It was very hard to add new pages to it, and the software was no longer being supported. But in 2008, I'd started blogging with students when I was a teacher. I've since retired and employed one day a week to do blogging with teachers and students in Tasmania through their education department. So there was an obvious choice. Why not use a blog to present my family history and the story of the individuals that I have? But you might ask first, well, what is a blog? Well, a blog is a little bit like an online journal or a diary. You can keep it private or you can open it up to the world to read. You can add to it every day or once a week, once a month, forget about it for a year and then come back to it. It's always there. A blog is made up of various parts. At the top here you'll find the header area where you've got the title of your blog. You also have this area here, which is the pages that you create. Pages are usually static. They don't change very much. So my little About Me page, I'm not going to change that very much at all. I've written a page about why I've called my blog O'er the Seas We Go. I've written a page here about how to leave a comment. I've also got here a list of all the surnames that I've mentioned in my blog and also the different types of reports that I've been including in there. Over here on the right hand side you'll find a subscription box. This is used to allow your family and friends to subscribe. That means as soon as you write a post, they will get an email sent directly to them that says, here's the new post that's been written by Sue. It allows them the chance then to come across and read the post and leave a comment for you. You can also have more than one author on a blog. So if you're writing a blog all about the Warren family and you know there's 2 or 3 of you doing the research, then the 2 or 3 of you can get together and be administrators of the same blog and each of you can add your own posts to it. You can also see where people are coming from on your blog, and that's by having a cluster map or a visitors map. You'll be able to click on the map and go even further and see which parts of the USA or which parts of Europe or Australia your visitors and readers are coming from. Your visitors can also leave comments, and what we're going to do is have a quick look at one here where somebody's left me a comment on this post called Getting Ready to Research. And Rosemary from the course left a comment. She'd read the blog post, and it was all about me asking about my Captain William Smith, who I'm going to be doing my research on, and perhaps where are some other records that I could get information. I always finish my posts with a question. So Rosemary came back and left me a comment. I've then read it and commented back to Rosemary. Now, if you come onto a blog, there's always an area where you can click for comments, and you'll get something that looks a bit like this to leave a reply. You need to fill in your name, your email address, write in your comment. Usually there's an anti-spam word just to prove that you're a human being, and here are the words that you just type in this box. Then if you want to have an email sent to you whenever somebody else comments on just this post, you need to click that little box there and then post your comment. So you can see we're already connecting. The advantages of a blog is connecting with other people. So when you write your post, there's lots of different things that you can do. You can include images that have been taken by other people. These have to be Creative Commons if your blog is open to the world. And some blogs allow you to get these images very quickly. It also gives the credit underneath the image, which makes it very easy for you. You can also put in your own images. So I have, for example, this one here that I've taken of William Smith's information that I have so far. And I just put in my own image that I've saved on the computer. If you're going to use images, though, that you've taken from a book or from a microfilm, you need to get permission from that repository, such as the library or the archives or the museum, because they own it, and you need to then give attribution or a citation at the end of the post saying that you've been given permission to use this image. We can also add things like interviews. Now, I interviewed my father for task number 1, and I did it on an app on my iPad. This then allowed me to embed that particular interview here. So people reading my blog now can just click on the arrow and they can actually hear my interview. Again, you need to have permission from the person who you're interviewing. You can also add things like genealogy charts to your blog posts. Things like pedigree charts or family groups. Again, you need permission from someone if it's a person who is still alive. Down the side of the post here, you'll find that there are ways that your visitors can find posts that they might be interested in. I've got it set up that the most recent 10 posts are there. Now, other than the name William Smith, that's not going to help anyone find a post that they might want on a certain relative. So you also have down the side of the blog other hints that people can use to find a post. And these are categories. So every post that I've written about a surname Colgrave will have this in the category area. Every post I've written about the Jackson surname will be in here. But people might need to go even further. They don't want to know all about all the Jacksons. They want to know about one particular person. So what they might need to do is to find Rebecca Jackson. And here's the link that will take them to just the posts about Rebecca Jackson. or just the posts about John England. In the tag area, those that are largest means that there are a lot more posts on that topic. So HSP 105, our course number, I've got 13 topics. William Smith has got 7 topics. But then if we look at Evandale, I've only mentioned that once in any of the posts that I've written. So categories and tags are very important to be able to help your readers find their way around your blog. There are also other things that you can do on your blog. You can add what are called widgets or links. And here I've got linked to some of the other Australian bloggers that I've read posts about. I've got links to different repositories and sources, such as the War Memorial, National Archives, Cora Web's, Cora Web, which is Cora Num's website area. I've got links to Tasmanian Research, because that is what I do a lot of, as well as other websites and magazines. You can also add widgets such as searching Trove, being a genealogy blogger, and Kiva. And we've got a genealogist Kiva group. And finally, you can put in a widget like this that will allow your visitors to share your blog through various social media. Well, I hope this has helped you with your thoughts about how you're going to present your information on your person that you have been researching for this course.